Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July 12th, and right next to me is one and only Raul Ortiz.
Yeah, what's going on?
He is fighting on our next upcoming event, August 16th. At Keys Art Pavilion at the heart of San Francisco. Now, you got a very game opponent in front of you, but let's introduce you once again to all the fight fans out there. Raul, where are you born and raised? Where are you coming from?
So my name is Raul Ortiz. I was born and raised in Northern California near Sacramento. I'm fighting at a Dark Horse gym in San Jose, and that's where I call home right now.
So like last event, I want to get you on my show, but I think your coach was telling me they booked you a fight the week before our event at San Jose, another event. So ended up I didn't have you fight on my show, and then now this is a perfect timing. I want to get you on the card, and I actually originally matched you up with Jorge Luna, right?
Yeah, yes.
Jorge Luna,
that's
and
correct.
then but he, due to his family traveling, they have a gathering Hawaiian trip around that time. So
yeah.
I absolutely understand the young man got to go live in your role. And it's kind of crazy because that matchup that I really want to put together, you and him, because you guys grapple at my tournament.
Jiu-Jitsu tournament, yeah,
Jiu-jitsu
exactly.
tournament.
Yeah, so we had a pretty good, I think it was a 5-minute scrap.
Yeah.
We did a little jiu-jitsu, a little jiu-jitsu match. It was fun.
Did he tap you or no?
No, so we went to a draw. Yeah, we went to a draw. We had some good exchanges. It was fun. We got a feel for each other, and so I think that like taking that and going into it in MMA, I think that it would be a really fun matchup. I think it would be scrambly. I think it would be interesting, and it'd be interesting to see what it would look like. Throwing the strikes in there and just seeing how those jiu-jitsu exchanges would change.
And he's a gamer. He's stand up.
He likes to scrap.
He likes to scrap. He's a gamer, So I still remember when he made his MMA debut, he got the first round TKO. He comes out guns and blazes and just let his hand fly. And then the last fight he has against a good little wrestler, and he stuck a few takedown, he get your hands going, and it's a close fight.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. I think I was in the crowd for that one, and I was watching it, and I was like, ooh, this
found a little Emilio Bautista.
Yeah, Emilio Bautista.
That was a good scrap, Now finally, I know he pulled out. We're probably gonna put this fight on my November card.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now on the upcoming fight, you got a super game opponent, undefeated, perfect record, 3-0, Jimmy Perdiz from Cordero Martial Art. What do you know about Jimmy?
I know he's 3-0. I know that he likes to blitz, and he has a blitzing style of attack, and he likes to push his opponents up against the fence and try and take them down. So he likes to rely on that wrestling. I watched his film. I see he has some tendencies that I'm gonna try and exploit. But I know he's a go-getter and he likes to scrap. So
he's aggressive.
He's aggressive, yeah. And so I'm preparing for that. I've been really working on my fundamentals in boxing, my Muay Thai. I've been working a lot on my Muay Thai, and I've been working a lot on my jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna have some tricks. I have some tricks in my bag. I have a lot of toys to play with. I know he's gonna bring it. Jimmy, I know you're gonna bring it, bro. So let's go have some fun. Let's put on a show and let's make it exciting. So yeah, let's do it.
That's pretty good, Raul. Yeah. Now, the last time you fought, how long ago?
So the last time I fought in MMA was January, but I had a Muay Thai fight in, I think it was June, New Money. Yeah, it was at Pure Nightclub.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you stay active, you stay busy, and now you're going for your third MMA fight. I think after this one, you can go no shin pads and the whole 9 yards.
I'm looking forward so much to that, because the shin guards, they make it kind of challenging to to scramble a little bit, and it's a little bit easier to hold onto the legs. And so it makes it a little more challenging. It reduces some of the impact from the kicks. So taking those shin guards off, that's going to be a game changer. And going from 2 minutes to 3 minutes,
yes,
where it's a little bit more paced and you can kind of take your shots.
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of fun. But obviously not looking past this upcoming fight. Like you said, I got a game opponent, Jimmy, killer. And we're gonna go out there and scrap. So
when you're watching Jimmy's fight, where do you see yourself having an advantage on him?
An advantage. So without giving too much away, I think that I'll be able to, take advantage of some of his tendencies. I watched all 3 fights. I dissected him. Took some notes, and I saw some openings on the feet that I think I'm going to try and take advantage of. And then, when he's pushing aggressively, I noticed that, when he gets clipped, he likes to jump down to the legs. And so, I'm gonna have some tricks sitting there waiting for him. So.
Prepare for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Specific opponent.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. I've been developing my overall game, right? As we all are in amateurs. I'm sure he's been developing his overall game. But whenever you get a new opponent, you want to dissect all of their, all of their habits, everything they like to do. Their footwork, their pressure, when they try to pressure, and trying to, navigate that and to develop a plan of action for that. And so, that's kind of what I've been looking at.
That's pretty awesome. Now, how old are you, Raul?
How old am I?
Yes.
26.
26. Now, in a perfect world, how much longer do you want to do amateur before you go pro?
So I want to get to at least like 6 to 8 fights. 6 to 8 fights. I wanna get as much time as I possibly can competing at this level. I kind of like to use the analogy of like a video game. Like you want to like develop all of the experience. You want to max out all the stats. You want to in like a video game, you like get certain gear to try and upgrade your character.
Absolutely.
And so you want to upgrade your character as much as you can before you move on to the next level. And so I'm trying to develop my repertoire, develop all of my skills, the striking, the grappling, the boxing, the Muay Thai, and just develop all of my skills, get as much experience as I can, perform as much as possible, get used to the pacing, get used to the lights, get used to the crowd, and just be as prepared as I possibly can be before I start taking that leap to the 15-minute fights, 5-minute rounds, against super skilled opponents. I want to make sure that when I take that leap and I take that step, that everything that I want to develop is, ready to go.
Now, I know you're not going to look past Jimmy Padillas. Mm-hmm. Is there any other bantamweight fighter in California that you have your eyes on?
Ooh, amateur guys. Honestly, anybody that's down to scrap. I don't really have anybody that I'm particularly picking out. There's some names that have, I've been matched up against that, for one reason or another haven't really worked out, that, I would like to get in there against. But honestly, just anybody who's down to scrap and down to get some experience and go out there, have some fun, right? That's why we do it is the reason we all are doing this is we have those UFC, PFL dreams, right? We all have that. And we want to take it seriously and be as prepared as possible. But at the end of the day, we are amateurs. I want to get experience and get out there against anybody that I can and everybody that I can, so that what did they say? Rising tide lifts all boats.
Something like that.
Yeah, rising tide lifts all boats. So at the end of the day, let's get out there and let's go have some fun and go put on a show. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Now, you're fighting at 135-pound bantamweight. Is this the permanent weight class for you to be either amateur or professional?
Yeah, for day before weigh-ins, I like to go 135. 135, it's a cut. I walk around 160, 163.
Shit.
Yeah. But fortunately, I wrestled in college, I wrestled in high school, so I've gotten kind of used to cutting weight, and I know how to do it efficiently. I know how to do it the right way, so I know how to be, explosive still. I know how to still have my gas tank. I know how to, get down to that weight to where I can perform the best that I can. But at the 24-hour wait period for 135 makes the most sense for me. When it's day of weigh-ins, where you got 8 hours to rehydrate, I try to go 145 because cutting down to 135 and then competing that night, it's a little bit harder to kind of rehydrate and I just want to make sure that my body's prepared to go into a scrap.
That's another reason a lot of amateur guys that like to fight on my show we are probably the one and only show that's weighing the day before.
For amateurs,
Yeah,
right?
for amateurs, and
It's
I,
huge.
I want to do that for the amateurs so they can actually get an idea, learn how to cut.
Right, and get used to what it's gonna look like in pros.
So if you ever make a mistake, it's better to make a mistake in the amateur.
Yep.
Or I have a bad weight cut and now I have to make some adjustment, you know. But like
Exactly.
all the other amateur shows, Sacramento, Central Valley, they all weigh in like 11 a.m., 12 noon, and then 5 to 6 p.m. Like
Right.
even a lot of my amateurs, they're not really good fan of it, so
Totally.
they're looking for something to weigh the day before weighing,
Another point that I was thinking of in terms of like the weighing in on Fridays and then fighting on Saturdays, is that like we're in amateurs, like we all got jobs.
Yeah.
We all got jobs. We all like none of us are fighting full time. Some are, but for the most part, and so like it makes it easier for me to like weigh in and then finish up my work, the work that I do with my job, and then Saturday I got it to just show up to fight, and then versus like on a Friday, if it's a Friday show, like I have to take that whole day off of work to weigh in, to fight, to do the whole thing, right? And it like takes time away from like being able to balance everything, and so like I do want to say thank you for setting it up that way, because that makes it easier for us,
Yeah. Well, I want to see all the amateurs in the future gonna move up to the pro on my show as well.
Totally.
And many of them, they start amateur on my event, later on they turn pro on my event, and then after that I'll get some recommendation, help them to get signed in a bigger league.
Totally.
So now, if people want to get a hold of you, Raul, to watching you fight and come support you, how can people get tickets from you?
Yeah, so you can hit me up on Instagram. It's at Leo LILLO .CXLI. So that's my Instagram. You can hit me up on there. And
Leo, like
LILLO.
LILLO.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that your last name?
No. So it's kind of funny. So my grandfather's name is Raul, my dad's name is Raul, and my name is Raul. So my dad is Raulio, which is Raul Jr. in Spanish.
Okay.
And so I could also be Raulio. So they just shortened it to Leo, LILLO. Yeah.
Okay.
So for Raul the third, Raul Jr., Raul Jr.
Any special loved ones, supporters, coaches that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to shout out, my head coach, Dave Velasquez. He's been, crucial in, developing my skills, making sure that, I'm fight ready, making sure that like my mentality is right for fighting. And then obviously all of my, coaches, the pros over at Dark Horse MMA, Joe Thoreau, Heath Davis, they're instrumental in making sure that I'm prepared and getting ready for fights, making sure that my training is going the way that it should be. All my training partners, of course, shout out you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. And then big time my girlfriend. She's been making sure that I'm fed right and getting everything. Huge support system. So everybody that's played a part in helping me get to this point. All my friends that pull up to the fights. Everybody that supports me on social media. I just want to say thank you, and you guys are amazing.
If Jimmy watching you, what do you have to say to Jimmy?
Let's go scrap, bro. Yeah, let's go have some fun. Like I said, we're in amateurs, so the whole point of amateurs, I feel like, is to just get as much experience as possible, to go out and put on a performance,
Good point.
and to go have some fun. Go sell some tickets, just get used to like being in this environment and taking on this pursuit. And so it's all love, but yeah, let's go scrap.
How do you think you're gonna win?
How do I think I'm gonna win? I think you'll have to tune in and see.
Decision? Finish?
Let's go for a finish. Yeah, we're trying to finish. Yeah, always going for the finish.
Let's go, because you are 2-0, both finished.
Yep.
There we go. Now go for 3-0, 3 finish.
Hell yeah, that's the plan.
That's pretty fucking awesome. For more information about this upcoming event, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. You can make it to the event, making sure you guys order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. And please subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me some love and support. and follow me on Instagram. Smash the subscribe button on YouTube channel, and then welcome to comment on my interviews and my fight contents, all that good stuff. So we'll see you guys on August 16th, the last event of the year for 2025. It's November 8th. Okay, making sure you got, yes, stay tuned. Any fighters couldn't make it to this event, we have so packed. I'm not taking any more fights on this upcoming card. We got 20 amateurs as today, 7 professionals. So yeah, 27 fight. That's it. Tap out. So any fighter want to get on the next event, DM me ASAP so I can put you on the roster for November 8th. Also, we have a grappling tournament, another submission only grappling, August 30. So make sure you guys check out the Instagram, and you have all the infos out there. So one last question. Who is your favorite UFC fighter?
My favorite UFC fighter right now, it has to be Ilya Topuria. Right now, it's Ilya Topuria. I mean, dude, his boxing is just—it's so slick. It's so powerful. You know, he's so grounded in his striking.
You know what's crazy? He's only 5'7".
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that wild? You'd think he'd be bigger because like Islam, he's like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah,
like they're big dudes at 155.
Now,
like all of the
if
guys.
that fight ever happens,
oh, that's gonna be a crazy fight. That's gonna be really interesting.
That will be like the millennium, the biggest fight ever.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
the way how Topuria come up the last 3 fights,
wild.
Yeah, I mean, I have a doubt on him fighting Charles, but you know, he nailed it.
He handled it.
He nailed it first round TKO. So now, if he fights, he believes he can suck.
Yeah, that would be interesting against Islam. I mean, that's wild to say because like Islam's grappling is crazy. Like that's a wild prediction, but hey, he hasn't been wrong so far. So
that's right.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's one fight I think everybody in the community, fight fans, will tune in. So hopefully Dana can make that happen. That's one fight that I would really like to see.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
This is what happened. All right, we have Raul Ortiz signing out. We'll see you guys, all the fans, August 16th. Get your tickets, get your popcorns ready. I'm Zhong signing out.
All right.